Why did you lose weight? You looked better before.
Oh my gosh, I think this is my most... I get a lot of comments every single day, and a lot are asking about my job and me as a person. And I think it's finally time for me to honestly answer my most frequently asked questions. So let's get into it.
Do you actually enjoy what you do, or is it just for the money?
I think the money, of course, is a big aspect as to why I do this for a living. I think just about everyone is the same. But surprisingly, I do actually enjoy my job. Every single day I get to wake up and do something different. I never know what the day is going to be like. I could be filming a movie one day. I could be filming YouTube shorts the next. I never know what I'm going to be doing. But I definitely do love the marketing, and the money is just definitely a big aspect as well.
What's the hardest part of your job that no one ever sees?
There is two things, and I think these are two things a lot of people don't think about. One of them is how hard the job actually is. I guess it's not inherently hard, but I work hard in it. It's a lot of behind the scenes work that people don't think about, like editing, filming, coming up with the ideas. Obviously, the other page too requires a lot of maintenance, so it's a lot more work than I think a lot of people think. And then the second thing is the hate comments. That is definitely one of the hardest parts for me, at least. And I guess as much as I don't want to admit it, it is really hard.
What's something you wish people understood about you?
Maybe, I guess that I am just a girl at the end of the day. I might have a whole persona online, a whole way of showing myself, but I am just a girl and I have feelings.
What's the biggest lie people believe about making money online?
A lot of people think that it is easy, but I've never worked more in my life. I've never worked as many hours as I have at any other job. Even when I was studying at university, I was studying far less than I work now. So it's definitely not easy, but it is fun.
How does your job actually affect your relationship?
My job doesn't affect my relationship because I work with my partner and we have set, I guess, very clear boundaries. I would never do anything that he's not comfortable with, and he would never do anything that I'm not comfortable with, of course. So in setting those boundaries, it hasn't really affected our relationship, and we've also created this whole thing together. So I guess the only way that it affects our relationship is the little bickering arguments we have here and there about what we should film that day, but for the most part, it doesn't affect our relationship because we've got very strong and clear boundaries with each other.
What boundaries do you have in your relationship in regards to your job that people would be surprised by?
In our relationship, we do not collaborate with anybody else, of course. I would never collaborate with anybody, any males, ever. So my partner is my only partner. And I think a lot of people are surprised by that. A lot of people think that most girls in my industry are running around like crazy, but not me, at least.
Do you ever feel disconnected from your real self online?
I definitely did for a long time. I felt as if I had a persona and then the real me, but I have shared a lot of my personality in more recent videos. I vlog every single day. I post 3 times a day on like this whole separate page a lot of people don't know about, and I think that is making me feel more and more connected to me online and me in real life. So I'm really enjoying that.
What's something you're still insecure about?
My forehead.
What does a bad day actually look like for you?
I don't really get to have a bad day a lot of the times. I still have to work regardless if I have a bad day, if I have a good day, if I'm having the worst day of my life. I still have to get videos out. I still have to post. I've still got to edit. So bad days can be really hard, but I manage them and they don't usually happen, so.
Do you think your industry has a negative impact on people?
This is an interesting question, especially I think I've been asked this question a lot recently because the website everyone knows and loves has been banned in Australia recently. I definitely feel like it can have a negative impact on relationships and maybe a few individuals, but me personally, I've been in this industry for 6 years now and I'm yet to see someone that is extremely affected by it. I feel like there are far worse things that people indulge in life, like nicotine, like alcohol, like food, but I guess that is different for everybody. Everybody is affected by things. We all have our kryptonite. Is that the word?
Is there something about your job you wouldn't want your future kids to see?
Absolutely. I wouldn't want them to see any of that stuff, of course. And if I did ever have children, which is not on my cards right now, I would hopefully not be doing this job anymore, and I would hopefully have been able to protect them enough from seeing that kind of stuff. And I also feel as if the stuff that I am putting out there in my movies is very genuine and real. Of course, it's just with my partner, so I would never be that worried that it would be some crazy stuff being shown, if that makes sense. Nothing wild.
Why did you lose weight? You looked better before.
Oh my gosh, I think this is my most asked question at the moment. The reason why I decided to lose that 20 kilos was because I want to be obviously the healthiest version of myself. I'm only 5 foot tall, I'm quite small. So when I'm carrying an extra 20 kilograms of fat, that is all going to my knees, my ankles. I was in pain, and not only that, it brings on a lot of illnesses. Like I have an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's, and when I gain weight, for some reason it flares up. So I don't really want to be living on thyroid medication for the rest of my life just to have a fat bum. And not only that, I worked really hard when I was 19 years old to lose 50 kilos. So when I gained the extra 20 kilos, I was freaking out that I was gonna be like the girl that I used to be. So I'm happier being smaller and petite. I like this weight that I'm at now. And I hope that everybody can understand that I'm just choosing health over a fat.
Why do you wear the headband?
This is probably my second most asked question at the moment. I wear the headband for obvious reasons. I think everybody knows, and the only reason why I'm asked this is because I guess they want me to fold and say I have a gigantic forehead. But I think I'll be the first person to admit that I have a big forehead. It is not a receding hairline. It is not hair loss like a lot of people say. I came out of the womb with a gigantic forehead. I've got British and Scandinavian genes. A lot of them have big foreheads, so yeah, I don't know. I like to hide it so I don't get really bad negative comments all the time because I can't deal with that. I don't have the mental capacity at the moment. Maybe one day.
How many surgeries have you had, and what are they?
A lot of people for some reason think that I've had a lot of surgery. I've only had one procedure that I had done in July of 2023 after I lost all of my weight. I had a tummy tuck. I don't know if you can see, but there's a scar across my abdomen. Under the same anesthesia, I had liposuction to my arms, legs, stomach, and chin. And then I had that fat injected into my butt, which obviously has since disintegrated since I lost weight. But only one procedure, everything else is saggy. Yeah.
Are your parents involved in your life because of what you do?
I actually see my parents quite frequently. They live a little while away from me, so I don't get to see them every day, but they don't love me any less. They don't see me any less. They don't let it affect their relationship with me, which I'm so grateful for because I don't think a lot of people get that same love from their parents. A lot of parents are judgmental. Understandable.
Was the cat collar video real?
No. That was one of my first videos that ever went viral. I think a lot of people still know me from that because it turned into a big meme if you haven't already seen it. But it was not real. We literally walked into the shops and picked up a cat collar and decided to film that one and put the cat collar back and walked out of the shop. I wasn't planning on posting that one, but I didn't have any videos going viral that day. So I was just like, I'll post another one and see how it goes. And of course, that just had to be the one that went viral.
Do you regret doing this job?
No, not at all. I think it has changed my life for the better. I think I don't know, everything in my life has improved since I've started this job. I think it's helped me find who I am and what I love doing. And obviously it's setting up my future as well. So I just can't regret it.
Why did you join the industry?
I was studying at university at the time to become a doctor. I was working 48 hours a week at a news agency on $8 an hour. So I was just so overwhelmed by work and university at the same time. And I couldn't afford my first car. I couldn't afford food. Like $8 an hour doesn't go very far. So I saw at the time a lot of people were, starting up this new thing on that website. And I thought, I don't care. I would love to do something like that, So I started it and I managed to buy my first car within maybe the first month. And then I kind of stopped working on it so much because I didn't think that, that was really the path that I wanted to go down. But when I started seeing the potential in this job and I actually really enjoyed doing it and the marketing of it, that's when I took it full time. And here I am today. That brings us to an end to my most frequently asked questions at the moment. Let me know if you have any more questions. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to subscribe.